Yeah. We put in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching in.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other daily, level up.
Cause that's what brothers do.
Clock in.
Come on, man. I'm ready to pod. I don't know about you. I'm ready to pod.
We back, man.
Come on, man.
Hey, look.
Come on.
It's been 3 weeks, man. We
Come
here.
on, man.
We here. Okay.
Let me turn that a little bit. Just a little bit.
Hey, Guru.
Just a little bit.
Turn me up on one side, man.
Oh my goodness, E. Come on. Come on, E.
Clock in. Clock in.
You sound like some Ricky Rose.
Yeah.
They
back,
back
man.
busy.
I'm back. Man, it feels good, though. I can't even fake, man. It feels real good, man.
These virtual podcasts, man. Look, it's cool, but you can't replicate this vibe, man. So we just gonna ride out one time, you know.
Yeah, this is my favorite beat so far, E. Come on, man. Y'all know who it is, Russell. Y'all know who it is, man.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day, man.
Yes, sir. We here, man. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna let the vibe do its thing.
Rico's back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Clock in. Clock in.
Man, honestly, I could do 1,000 push-ups right now.
Get a round of applause for that.
Nah, man, we got to.
Hold up.
Song overdue, fellas.
Yeah, E, dog, you did your thing, man. Coming back like that. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know that. You know.
Russell Brown is Russell, man.
The whole crew's here, man.
Everybody's here, man. We got Marshall Hamilton here, co-host of Clock in the podcast.
Austin Hamilton, co-host. We're back, man.
Back, man. We got Gruss, as y'all know. We got Neek in the building, Mr. Fooley.
Yep.
And Neighborhood Nip.
Nip is
This Neighborhood Nip blue on, you know what I'm saying?
he passed out right now.
Yeah,
Passed
man.
out.
But look, great to be back. Episode 32, Magic Johnson episode.
Yes, sir, man.
You know, we got a game today in about 2 hours, so this one might not be as long as usual, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good as always. So, yeah, man. Figured we could just kick it off, man. Talking about Valentine's Day, dog.
You got a Valentine?
Plead the fifth.
Okay.
I invoke the right to exercise my Fifth Amendment. Okay?
Fifth or fifth?
Fifth.
How you spell that?
F-I-F.
Fifth. That's all right, man. That's all right.
That's all right? That's all right with you?
Oh, man. This dude lying through his teeth, man.
What you talking about?
You lying through your teeth, but that's okay.
He's
It's,
free agent.
come on, man. It's Sunday.
Still on the
man.
market.
I'm out here like J.R. Smith, man. I'm just, you know, just getting shots.
Still getting shots up.
Getting
right,
shots up.
yeah. Wait,
getting
which
shots
which
up,
JR? The shirtless Henny JR or
Nah, man. I'm this fool got like a quarter beard. He shaved like the bottom part, so it's just a strap connected
Did
to
he
his
really?
mustache. Yeah. I'm
dudes be wildin', man.
cut sweatpants shorts, J.R. Smith in L.A. with Rico Hines. That's the J.R. Smith mom. But yeah, we have two different perspectives, man. You know, I'm a single dude, so
I mean, I used to be single, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but this year's different, man.
Yeah,
I'll start. I've seen a lot of
First of all,
foolery.
It's Valentine's. Tines with an N, not times. All right.
People have been saying that.
People always say Valentine. You never heard that before?
They slur it. They just
When they like
talking about the way they pronounce it.
Nick, you know what I'm talking about.
Valentine's Day, yeah.
People say that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't really.
They probably say it over there on the avenue.
I think everyone who says it like that.
Hey, you a fool.
Yeah,
not many
Avenue.
people are gonna catch that joint.
Hey, we live off the avenue too. That's kind of tough.
Yeah, the avenue.
We're gonna have to do something with that. I like that.
Yeah, that's tough. We might have to make
But yeah,
sure
I just had to clear that up, man. It's Valentine's. All right. No M. No M.
Yeah, it's just, you know, spell it right, say it right, man. You know, this day isn't for us, man. It's not for guys. Valentine's Day is not for
Holidays
us.
for guys.
That's a great point.
That's a great point.
Holidays for guys.
Even Father's Day isn't for guys.
That's for everybody, though.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean, we got football. All right, I'll give that to you.
Actually, I agree, Nico. Because think about our roles on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we don't be doing nothing.
We don't do nothing.
Yeah, all right, that's a good.
You might hit the turkey. Like, you might make
Yeah.
I'm a taste tester. I'm a professional taste tester.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
But it's not for us, man. I seen a girl. She posted on like her story. It was like, you know, what do dudes want for Valentine's Day? And I'm like, we don't care. That's what I responded. I'm like, we don't really care about this day. And here's how
It
you
really
know.
gets in the way.
Here's how you know it's not for us, right? I've seen this. I'm not knocking this event, but this is how you know it's not for us. I've seen about 7 or 8 Galentine's Day parties. Galentine's. Galei. No, damn, hold on. Rewind that back. Galentine apostrophe S.
Spellerico.
You call me Spellerico. Hey, look, I won the 6th grade spelling bee. You hear me?
Hey, you want to say? I won the 5th.
You won the 5th?
I won my class joint, but I lost in the school wide joint. I forgot what the word was. Something mad simple too. I was sick, dog.
I lost in 8th grade. I won the 8th grade class. My teacher put so much pressure on me, bro. Like, I was one of the only black
Like
kids.
rubbing your shoulders.
Yeah, facts. Like, I was one of the only black kids.
Aquila and the B type.
Yeah, like who I guess she saw potential in. Dog, she treated me like I was freaking. She treated me like I was freaking Booker T. Washington or something. I remember the word, bro. It was like fulfilled, and I thought the guy said something else, and it was. Come on, man. I know how to smell fulfilled. Spell that joint wrong.
But that's like that's a tricky one though. Like, you could forget a L or like, I don't know. I mean,
it was the first word too. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's what got me in the 5th
some
grade.
kid from India won that joint. But anyway,
Yo, come on, dog.
I'm not even for real.
Yeah, I ain't touching that.
Nah, I'm not even trying to be funny.
You were the first black spelling bee
Yo.
in real life.
Yo, Marshall's sick, man. He didn't have to throw that in there, dog.
Yeah, what y'all talking
I'm sure it was true.
Y'all
I'm sure
slicing,
it was
man.
true.
Y'all-
I'm sure it was true.
Y'all slicing, man. But yeah, like today isn't for us. Like we don't really care, honestly. You
There's
know,
no commercial for us.
Birthdays and Thanksgiving are probably the only holidays we get.
yeah. I mean, that's and look, I don't really. I'm cool with that. You know, our family, we never really got into like huge celebrations for things. Which if you do, that's fine. I'm not knocking it, but you know, and here's the other thing I've seen. The amount of people, it's typically more so one gender than the other, right? I'm not gonna call people out, but who are saying, you know, I'm alone on Valentine's Day, or I'm gonna be my own Valentine. All these things. I buy myself flowers. God, you don't see us posting that because we don't care. We don't care. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
I think our holiday is like when Madden comes out and when 2K drops.
Yeah.
That's our holiday.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really play video games, but I mean, like Super Bowl and like event, like you know what I'm saying, like stuff that. I mean, I'm not saying like 2K matters either.
For Super Bowl, Molly didn't get up the whole time I was there.
No.
She didn't get up the whole time.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
was there. You saw it.
yeah.
Brandon was everywhere with it.
Yeah.
I was proud.
Nah, he was doing his thing. Molly did a lot of prep work, but so her and shout out to her sister Tanasha. Best.
So is it
Buffalo,
safe? Is it safe to say? Yeah, that buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken dip is elite.
That was official.
It's nuts.
It's elite. Yeah,
official.
yeah.
It's nuts, man.
It's like equivalent to. It's like the Marva's mac and cheese of Buffalo chicken dip.
That chicken dip is nuts.
Yeah. Shout out to Tanasha.
But
What
it's
were you about
safe.
to say,
It's
though?
safe to say Valentine's Day is the most overrated holiday
Yeah, the
Like,
amount of
by
marketing
far.
that goes into it.
by far.
You know, it sounds cliche, but like you should just treat people right throughout the year, and this should just be a normal day.
Given
You know
given
what
the
I'm
world
saying?
we live in, is there gonna be like a single? Maybe that is what it is. The Galentine's Day.
I saw someone post this. It said Happy Independence Day. Today. They're single. Happy Independence Day. So yeah, man, I mean
Y'all want to get
I don't-
spicy?
I don't-
Y'all subscribe to yesterday being a holiday for some.
what was
yesterday?
yesterday?
That's side chick day.
I'm not gonna touch that one. That's for after dark. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
blocking after
Subscribe.
dark.
I feel like that should be the 15th, but yeah, I'm not gonna touch that.
Yeah.
That's President's Day.
Wow.
Well, presidents have a lot of side chicks, so it wouldn't. Never mind. All right. Shout out to
Say that
William Clinton
Y'all seen Scandal, right?
and House of Cards. Well, yeah, House of Cards too.
I haven't seen a man in power without more than one woman in a long time.
Yeah. Well, we're going down a different
Hey,
direction.
look,
We're gonna have
man,
to.
I'm
Yeah, let's go back on track.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. This is the last thing I'll say about
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. It's wild that we really gave everybody a card in elementary school. You remember that?
Yeah, that was very strange.
Like you gave it to everybody, bro.
But I did
Candy
like
wasn't-
the candy hearts. Like,
Candy wasn't
I like
inflated
candy.
prices back then either, though.
It wasn't.
I mean, you could really get a good gift off for $1.50.
But the fact that this is true. But the fact that we gave everybody something.
Be mine.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh,
when you look back and you evaluate, it's kind of weird. But
it was a
to
card.
you, but to your point, you know what I'm saying?
It was a little card, man. It was.
Can we bring that back for the single dude? You about to bring that back?
What?
Can I do that today?
What?
Was that okay if I give, multiple women Valentine's
Look, I bring
Day?
this up. If you watch The Bachelor,
You don't.
If you
you
watch-
send
hold
the
on.
same resume to
if you watch The
companies.
Bachelor, then you can do that.
Yeah,
You can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
can.
it.
I can give multiple Valentine's Day gifts.
Sure.
You go to
Now,
an
no
interview,
one's getting a
That's
Valentine's
the
Day gift for
same
me.
resume.
I'm just
that
saying,
you interviewed
theoretically,
with last week.
Right.
theoretically, it should be okay. Because we did it when I was 7.5, and that no one's feelings were hurt. But anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't going to Jared for everybody.
yeah, if you got a text from me, then never mind.
That means something.
It should, yeah, because anyway. So I did want to get into some real stuff, man. This podcast will be more focused than a rapid fire. Most of us, I'm assuming, watched the Super Bowl last Sunday, man.
Your boy was right again.
Yeah, I'll take. I mean, like I said, I wasn't tripping either way, but
Shout out
I
to
was.
Brady, man.
I couldn't have been more wrong with my prediction. I said Chiefs by I think 13.
I mean, I was wrong. I said what? By like 9 or something?
I mean, I don't think anyone would have guessed that.
Nah.
But
Nah.
I got swept up in the Black History Month, man. I was trying to, support my fellow
Well,
Wakandan
here's the thing.
Pat Mahomes.
On the other side, I mean, they have like 4 or 5 black coaches.
Yeah, this is true.
And I forgot about that, when we were talking about it last
They
week.
had a black woman
Shoot.
coach.
Yeah, they had like 5 black
I mean,
coaches.
Brady and Gronk were the only white people I've seen on the field for Tampa Bay.
For real, and maybe a couple offensive linemen, but yeah, they got a lot of brothers on that team and on the coaching staff. Shout out to them. Bruce Arians, he
got some soul.
Yeah, he coming to the cookout.
Yeah, he got some soul.
comes to the cookout.
He got some soul. I can rock with Bruce. That's all right, Bruce. That's all right. But I mean, this dude literally went from Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick, right? Or one of the last picks.
He 6th round. He wasn't
I
last.
think he was like almost the last.
I think he was one of the last.
They didn't show his name.
He
on the screen.
wasn't the last pick, but he was in the 6th round.
Yeah, he was in the last round.
Which there's like 12 rounds in the NFL. I don't know how many or what pick that would be.
He was in the last round. I'm almost positive he was in the last round.
Yeah.
But the point is, he went from that to arguably the greatest team sports player of all time. Definitely the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
And the thing that I love about Brady is he didn't have and still doesn't have a ton of natural athletic ability that would have made it easier for him to get to where he's at. Like Jordan, LeBron, I'm not saying theirs is less impactful, but these guys, they're freaks of nature, right? Like Tom Brady is not. He's not a freak of nature, but I think he's a perfect example of what you had to do to clock in to be the best. And if you guys haven't seen the Tom versus Time,
I still haven't seen that. I need to
Facebook,
watch that.
you should you'll really see what his clocking is like.
Yeah.
You really will see it.
Yo, I saw that. I don't know if this is true, but apparently he kicked out his family for like 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. Like he was just in his house by himself, studying and working out and stuff. I don't know if that's true, but I saw that on Twitter. But
it wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me either. That's why I was like, yo, I'll bring it up. But yeah, he's different, man. He's different. Again, I go back to leadership. You just said he's not the most athletic quarterback or athlete to play in NFL. But if you see how he communicates on the field, off the field, it's different, man. And he's the best leader that I've seen in sports, like that I've witnessed. I didn't get to witness Jordan. LeBron, he's up there, but like he just knows how to will his team. And to me, that's one of the most underlooked qualities in athletes. We get caught up in Mahomes, he can make every throw, Tyreek Hill is a freak, all that stuff. But like, yo, how do you communicate with your teammates? Because you're playing a team game.
Yeah.
Football is probably the most ultimate team game in sports. And on both sides of the ball, again, you go from 8 wins to Super Bowl championship because of one player.
One player.
Now,
they made some off-season moves, but
they did, yeah.
By and large,
the core of their team, same team for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that just goes to show like his mindset, his dedication, is spread, and here we are at number 7.
And he really proves that your mind is more important than your body.
Yep.
Right. I think
he's 49, 50. Like
he's 43.
Come on, dog.
He's 43, and I think people believe that in regular life, but I think when it comes to sports, people still think it's more about your body, right? And your natural ability and what you can do with it. This dude, if you again look at the Tom versus Time, he's the ultimate student of the game. But here's the other thing that I think people miss when it comes to life. He's the ultimate student of himself.
Mm-hmm.
And what he was able to do is understand pretty early on what my strength zone is, right? Like what is going to be what sets me apart from everybody else. It's not athletic ability. It may not be necessarily arm strength, but
definitely not speed.
But definitely not speed.
Y'all seen his 40 time? Ran like a 6 flat.
Yeah, it was terrible. Awful, but it's his mentality and his
drive.
His drive, man. His drive to do whatever it takes to prepare himself and his team to win the prize. And the thing that I think is impressive is he if there's anyone who could have got comfortable, it's him. It's him. And I think him being picked super late is what has driven him to never want to be looked at like he was on draft day. Because he apologized to his parents. Like, I don't know if a lot of people knew that. He apologized to his parents on draft day because of how late he got drafted. And I think it was basically like, you guys put all this stuff into me. Because he came from like a pretty decent family, like as far as like...
Yeah, I don't know too much about his background, honestly.
On Time vs. Time, they show some of it.
He's from Cali?
He's from Cali, yeah. But he grew up, middle class family, and I'm pretty sure they sacrificed a lot for him. You know, so I think to him it was like
for any athlete, man, to get to a certain level, it takes a lot of sacrifice.
Right.
So yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So I think he was like, you guys put all this stuff into me, like. I wish I could have shown more for it based on where I.
What was his career at Michigan like?
He was a backup for most of his career.
He wasn't like killing like that, was he?
No.
Yeah.
No, I think he backed up Chad Henne actually.
Yeah.
He wasn't like a 4. He may have been a 1-year starter, 2 max, but and he played against Drew Brees ironically in college when he was at Purdue, but. Yeah, man, like going from where he came from to where he is today, I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that in sports.
No.
And I think football is the hardest to dominate because it's such a team game.
It's such a team game.
There's so much parity.
Yeah, but it's like, dog, you're not playing a series like an NBA. It's one game.
One and done.
And you only play one way.
Yeah.
And you only exactly. Like his championship pedigree was brought to not only the offensive side but the defensive side too. Like, cuz he's communicating to the defensive players and saying like, "Hey, that was a great tackle, great deflection, like, yo, we need to stop here." Like, and a lot of quarterbacks do, but like it doesn't. And I've played with certain guys, and you know who's real and who's not.
Yep.
As far as like your captain,
Right.
like I played on teams where this guy was the captain, but when he's giving his little speech in the huddle, people are just like, "All right, man, let's go." Like, nah, we don't believe what that guy's saying.
No.
But when Brady's speaking, yo, you're gonna run through a brick wall. That's the difference, man.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it has to do with they trust the work that he's gonna do and that he's been doing to prepare himself. Like Jameis Winston, if you want to parallel it, was one of the best like orators and being able to give like really passionate.
Yeah, I like Jameis. I like Jameis.
Pre-game speeches.
I think he'll get a shot again.
Yeah, and I like him too, but like. They had to worry, is this guy going to get caught up in legal trouble off the field?
What's your leadership like off the field?
Is he going to come to camp in shape?
Yeah.
When things go wrong, is he going to take responsibility or is he going to blame me? Right? Those are things that matter when it comes to leadership.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that you're not necessarily born with. But you can develop it, and I think that's something Tom Brady also found was in his strength zone.
Mm-hmm.
So I did want to shift gears, and it is related, but going back to what I said about Tom Brady understanding what he was good at and what he wasn't necessarily good at. I'm reading this book by John Maxwell called Self Improvement 101, right? And he made a really powerful point, man, that helped me, and I think it will help a lot of people. I think society has this stigma that you need to really work on your weaknesses, right? You need to work on improving your weaknesses. And what he says is, we're all given things that we're naturally good at or we're naturally interested in, right? We can only improve that weakness to a certain degree, right? What we need to focus on is knowing what our strength zone is, and mastering that.
Yeah.
And the example he gave is Tiger Woods had like a bad day of driving or something, right? Driving the ball, to the green. And, basically after that round, people saw him like putting a lot. And they were like, why is he putting when he had a bad day driving? And, the point that Maxwell made is he's like, golf is his strength zone. He didn't go and start bowling.
Yeah.
He didn't go and start trying to play tennis. Like, he's mastering his golf game. And at the time, putting was something that he was great at. He knew that, all right, my drive, I'm gonna get that down. But you win matches with putting.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna focus on that. So, one of the things that I want to challenge all of us listening and even us in the room, like, do we know our strength zone? Because a lot of people, they think their strength zone is something that they've been told they're good at, something that they, have honestly been pressured to do since they were young. And, that may not be it, right? So, what I would encourage everyone to do is, in life, like, figure out what your strength zone is and stick with that, man. Because I think a lot of the issues is, I'm not trying to call out people, but I mean, I've seen it with our church.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that are in roles, and this isn't just our church, it's other churches, it's basketball teams,
business,
companies, music, labels, all types of stuff. Anything that you're involved with other people with. There are certain people who they're not in their strength zone. And they're trying to do things that is outside of that, instead of letting someone who is in that strength zone do that thing, and everyone is excelling the way they're supposed to do so.
Just look at our team. Like, I'm essentially doing the editing for the sound. I know, excuse my language, damn well I'm not an expert at that stuff. That's when Eric steps in. And he's an expert at what he does. Video. Nico, like, we could have propped up our iPhone and put that on YouTube. Nah, like, we want to put this at a level where we know it's going to be a high standard.
Yep.
Let's get somebody to do that who's an expert at it.
And I wouldn't touch any audio.
No.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to.
I'm not.
I don't want to sit in your chair.
Yeah.
You don't want to sit in your chair. So I'm staying right where I belong.
Stay in your lane, man.
Yeah.
It's really we said it's simple, dog. Like, life is simple. We make certain stuff so much harder than it has to be.
Yep.
Well,
Like,
you can't get discouraged early on in the game. Like, when the first thing happens, some people, they jump ship. You can't jump ship early. Like, I only got to where I am with audio because you're looking at somebody who did the same things over time and stay consistent with the things that work. Stick with that.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen overnight.
That's a great point, and it aligns to our message. Like, you still have to clock in to figure out what your strength zone is. So the guy, John Maxwell, he's like a leadership expert. He's done a lot of stuff, corporately, and he was a pastor for a few churches that did really well. He said when he was a young pastor, it took him time to figure out what his strength zone was.
Yeah.
We had to put in the time, but he also had to be aware enough to realize, like, I need to figure this out. Right? Instead of either just not having some type of awareness or giving up too early because things are going wrong. And you could have been in your strength zone, you just didn't take the time to identify and develop that strength.
Trying to get immediate results and seeing immediate results.
You're a fool to think
Well,
you'll
what
get
is it?
those.
You can't you can't put a value on it that early in the game. You have to measure it over time.
Yeah.
You can't see the immediate value.
Yeah. No, it's important. When you are trying to find a strength zone, you have to understand there's going to be some uncomfort in that. Like a lot of uncomfort. To the point where, like you said, you're going to want to jump ship.
You don't know if you're growing until it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
Pain lets you know you're growing.
Exactly. Like, I know in my job, I'm not an expert at what I'm doing, but I understand the process, and I'm trusting the process to where, you know, through this uncomfortability, I'm gonna find something. It could be one thing, it could be two things. I'm gonna find something and be like, oh, I like that. Like I could see myself doing this. Like,
Yeah.
and then when you find that, and then you start consistently, you know, honing in on that, that's when you start to strengthen that zone.
Right.
You know, but yeah, like it's okay to fail. It's okay to try certain things because, again, you won't know if it's just because it's not comfortable doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing it.
It's kind of like finding your own clock to clock in with.
Clock in. Clock in.
Yeah.
I do have a question for y'all.
But Nick, you got something?
I was gonna say it's not a race either. Like,
It isn't.
Yeah.
It isn't.
Everyone's journey's
Exactly.
different.
That's a huge one, man. Like,
You gotta run your race.
run your
You
race
can't-
at your own pace.
But you can't like.
I just
you
rhymed,
see
didn't
those
I?
Guys,
Run your race at your own pace. Okay. That was fire.
You guys sound like Johnny Compton with the alliteration and the rhyme scheme.
Run your race at your own pace, man. That's the title.
When you
That's
see
the title
those
of the
guys
episode.
running, they're not looking left and right. They're looking ahead.
Yep.
They looking right ahead. They don't turn their head when they run.
Gucci Man said this, bro. He said if you look back, you're gonna trip up moving forward.
Right.
Keep it simple, man.
If you look back, you're gonna trip up moving forward.
Hey guys, thanks for clocking in with us and making it this far into the episode. We want to continue these episodes for as long as possible, but we might need your help. If you click on the description on each episode, you'll find a link that reads support this podcast. If you enjoy keeping up with us, click on that link and you can make a monthly donation. All right, you guys hear enough of me talking anyways, so let's get back into the episode.
I do have a question for y'all though. All right, because you know I talked about not doing things that aren't in your strength zone, right? Well, when you're starting out something new, how do you know? How do you differentiate between this is just hard right now, and this just ain't for me? Like, how do you?
Your willpower.
When you wake up, are you passionate about it?
Yep.
Every day. Do you want to work on it when other things are going on? Like, I would work on beats, and I wouldn't leave to go to a party. Or if I went to a party, I'm working on something right after it because I'm still passionate about it. I still want to get it done.
And you brought up a really great example, and that is you're willing to sacrifice certain things to continue to work on
Yeah.
whatever that thing is, right? Like for us, it was basketball. I didn't smoke. Never have. I'm not knocking it. I never have, just because I was afraid I might get, caught and couldn't hoop. Like the pain of not being able to hoop was more important than the pleasure of smoking. That's just for me. I didn't really drink during the season. I didn't drink at all in high school. I was in college, man. I did my thing, but during the season, like, didn't drink. And didn't go to parties. Academics in college was important to me because I thought that's what I needed to get a job. That was a lie. I needed to know people, but I still am glad I did well or whatever. But my point is, and the way Eric was saying, like, if you're willing to sacrifice things that you did or that other people are encouraging you to do, and it doesn't bother you, you don't feel like you're missing out. That's probably
You
it.
gotta have intrinsic value. You gotta feel that, like, yeah. Just gotta wake up in the morning. What do you want to do most today?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And you having the hindsight to know, like, yeah, this is tough right now, but I know if I keep grinding and I keep battling through this, I'm gonna get to where I want to go. So, like, yeah, when you know things are going to be tough at some point.
Yep.
But when you're willing to go through that storm, that's the mindset you got to have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know for me, like, look, I've been hooping since I was 5. For me to take a job in a completely different space when I could have went from playing to coaching to training or whatever, yeah, I could have done that. But, like, I wanted to challenge myself and get exposed to something that I'm not so great at, that I don't have expertise in. But I know when I'm done playing and I can leverage stuff on a business side of things from that experience that I'm getting working in sports, and I had a stint of recruiting. I know that's going to be able to translate to when I do want to do stuff on the basketball side.
Right.
So you never know what experiences you're gonna take from what you're doing that may not be your strength zone, but it gets to a certain point where you will understand, okay, like, now I know why I'm here, and then you're gonna be willing to do more with that.
That's a great point. You may not find that thing immediately. You may have to. You may have to do it by process of elimination.
Anything that's uncomfortable, there's no immediate, like, gratification to it.
You might have to use strengths that you have from other zones for this zone.
Yes.
If you look at, what's funny, man? I forgot who I read this from or heard it from, but basically it was like some successful CEO of something said everyone should do a sales job, a job as a waiter, and a customer service job.
Yeah.
Because if you look at most, like, successful people, a lot of them were waiters at one point. They worked in, like,
McDonald's.
these very, like, mean, people would call them menial jobs, but they had to deal with people, you know, and you don't know, like, again, the path from point A to point B is never a straight line. It's going to be all types of twists and turns, ups and downs. But you got to be patient, to Nico's point, because it's not a race. But at the same time, you have to have awareness of eventually, all right, I have strengths in this area. And a lot of times people will tell you, I think Blair talked about it on her episode, like, people were saying, like, I could see you doing this, like, keep going, like, you're in the right path. Now, does that mean that if people aren't saying that, you're not going down the right path? No. But that can be confirmation. And in the book, John Maxwell talks about how you have to embrace failure to succeed. Like, that should be your... You can't
be afraid of it.
Yeah, you have to...
You go up.
Yeah,
the only way the stairs go up is if you fail upward.
Yeah, because if you...
Wow. Failing upward.
Fail forward, fail upward.
Yep.
Like, you... that's the only way you know.
He also has a book called Fail Forward, so you should like co-author a book with me, man. For real.
We should write a book.
For real. Nah, we clocking book. Yeah, that would be dope. I did want to read something that came from this book, man. It was really powerful to me.
The clocking manual.
Someone asked if we're gonna do, like, hey, you guys gonna do like a planner or journal where we can track our goals. Hey,
Let us
More to
know.
come.
Yeah, more to
Let us
come.
know.
More to
I
come.
want that.
Yeah, that might come to fruition. Yeah, it's a good idea, right? We'll see. And we'll shout out the person if we do it.
I think also a big point is you gotta know your self-worth also.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know your self-worth, you won't foray into that zone. You'll just be like, this ain't working.
Yeah. Nah, that's a fact, man. Because you will allow people and circumstances to discourage you from moving forward. But yeah, I wanted to read this definition, and he's talking about defining personal success. It reads, I've heard many definitions of success from many people over the years. In fact, I've embraced different definitions myself at different stages of my life. But in the last 15 years, I have zeroed in on a definition that I think captures success no matter who people are or what they want to do. I believe success is knowing your purpose in life growing to your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefit others. I mean, doesn't get any better than that.
What's his name again?
John Maxwell.
John Maxwell.
Yeah.
What's the title of the book?
Self-Improvement 101. Dog, it's 101 pages. I think he has like a series. I gave you one of his books, I think.
Yeah.
Your senior year, Leadership 101.
Yeah. Okay.
So I like his books.
That's why I was like, I know
because
that name.
They're very
I read that my
simple.
senior year.
They're very simple. They're usually like short chapters that give you bullet points of, what to take away from that chapter. The thing I like about him is he gives you actionable things. It's not just, that quote and that story was good, and then no direction on how to apply it to your life. So yeah, man. I mean, I think that everyone should tap into that book, because there's a lot of, great nuggets that I think people can benefit from. We have a couple more minutes, man, and I think the last thing that I wanted to touch on, and it relates to Tom Brady, and also relates to how we should approach our life. So, and this guy, he's made all the money, man. At this point, he's like, if you ask Tom Brady, like, dude, why are you still playing? He's chasing legacy.
And
he's chasing legacy.
Loves
money.
he just loves the game.
And he loves the game.
Yo, hold on. This is a completely different, the drop off is hilarious, but it ties into the love of the game and what you do. I don't know if y'all seen this, but Johnny Manziel is playing in some fan. I forget what it's called, but I'm like, yo, this guy is still playing. After all he's been through, yeah, something like that.
But that's all I know.
But I was just like, yo, that's dope to me. This fool was a Heisman winner, #1 draft pick, right? And obviously it didn't work out in the NFL, but he's still playing in some rinky-dink league. But it's yo, he really loves football.
Well,
and I think his family has money. I don't think he needs to be.
That's my point.
He's always had that net though.
Well,
it's either one or two things. Either he loves it, or he doesn't have an identity outside of it, and that's the only. And if he stops playing, he's really gonna go down a path, because he went down a bad path while he was playing. I don't know. I can see it as a good thing. I could also see it as a bad thing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but my whole point is yo, you were on the freaking highest of highest pedestals.
Drake talked about you.
Drake, you have a song about you,
right?
And it's dog, he could, like you said, his family has money. He could be chilling, but the guy looks like he's still in decent shape. He's still playing. Right. That's my point.
I think to me, it's dope that he's humbled himself,
and that's what I was getting to.
Yeah, he's humbled himself enough to play.
Imagine freaking LeBron James playing in
the Lifetime League.
That we're
about to get this dub.
Exactly.
With.
Or the Big Three.
Yeah, or the Big Three.
Yeah, big players don't the Big Three.
Nah, but again, you got to really love something to when you're at a certain point. And that was just dope to me. I saw that. I was like, yo, he's still playing. Jamarcus Russell. Y'all remember Jamarcus Russell? Yeah. Fool got paid millions.
He stole money, man.
Stole money. And we haven't seen him since.
Legally stole money.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt that was pretty cool for me to see. Obviously we know his stories.
Yeah.
He's had his ups and downs, but to still be playing and it's yeah, that's freaking Johnny Manziel. Fool was hanging with Drake. You know what I'm saying? Sitting courtside. And he's still playing the game that he loves. I thought that was cool.
It is cool.
That inspires the people he plays with at that level.
I think to them,
I don't know the guy personally, but
I see it inspiring someone.
Yeah, it was just
he's on that level.
Yeah,
I'm playing at his level.
I'm playing with this guy.
Play
yeah,
that level.
Yeah. I would hope he's using that and I still have relationships. I know you can still. I know you can play in the league.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Right.
Again, I don't know that, but yeah, I don't know. I thought that was real cool, man, to see that. He could be doing something else.
Yeah, and it could, and you know, I said it could be because of his identity, but it also could be what's keeping him from going back to the drugs and alcohol. So again, I'm just seeing both sides of it, but I do think it's dope, and hopefully, you know, he's using.
You don't see that often. Is my
never,
like,
never.
Again, the Jamarcus Russell case is telling. Like, yo, dude, and there's been plenty of guys like that.
Tim Tebow
Like,
wanted to play baseball.
I think of Albert
You know,
Haynes.
yeah. He actually just got picked up on the spring team.
Right. For the
Mets, maybe, or Marlins. I don't know.
He's not playing.
Yeah, he's not playing football.
Whatever FNC.
Well, I also think I think he had
what Taysom Hill is doing right now. That should have been Tebow.
Yeah, but I also think that Tebow is used to a certain spotlight. He's not.
That's true.
He's not gonna diminish
Which
that.
goes back to my point, dog. Like, this fool.
He cares about the game and not
Exactly. Like, yo.
He's not worried about the.
He's playing again, some league that nobody even knows of. This guy won the Heisman. Do you know who's won the Heisman?
There hasn't been someone at that stature that I've heard doing this.
You know who's won the Heisman? Like, that's the elite. I don't know the Hall of Famer, conversion, but I would assume it's pretty high.
Yeah, not facts.
It's probably 50-60%.
Yeah, it's probably pretty high.
But yeah, sorry, I saw that, I was like, yo, that's pretty dope. Like, I don't know the guy, but
yeah, hopefully
keep playing, man.
Yeah, and hopefully you're clocking in outside of that, man, and using it for good. But yeah, man, we got to wrap up. Even though it was a shorter episode, man, I thought it was a great,
definitely got into a lot.
Great discussion. What I want to leave people with is, I know, like, as a team, we have a Super Bowl we're trying to win. Everyone who set goals this year, like, that's your Super Bowl for the year. What Tom Brady did, if you look at his transition from the Patriots to the Bucks, he surrounded himself with the right people. He knew what his strength zone was, and
humbled himself.
Blocked out the noise.
Humbled himself to go to a place that hadn't won in years. 20 years.
I remember. I think we watched the Super Bowl at your house.
Yeah, because they got.
I remember that.
They got like 3 pick six.
I remember that.
Derek Brooks and Warren Sapp.
I remember that, dog.
But he surrounded himself with the right people. He like Nico said, got rid of distractions, and he's chasing the legacy. So we can all take that example and apply it to our lives, and let's all clock in, man, and win our Super Bowl this year.
That's it.
That's it,
man. Appreciate y'all always, man. ClockingApparel.com.
Oh yeah,
it's Valentine's Day, man. Let's go get your little shorty.
Get your Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill joggers. Netflix and chill hoodie. It's cold. It's cold outside, baby. You know what I'm saying? I got the crew neck on. Hey, shout out to Nick Stanford, man. Nick Stanford, that's our guy. That's our supplier for ClockingApparel.com. Providing y'all with quality gear, man. So again, appreciate y'all.
Welcome back, Russell. He's back. Nico's back, baby. Yes, sir.
Last but not least,
you already know,
Neighborhood
man. Neighborhood Nip, man.
He's back.
Yes, sir. Clock in, man. We here. 32. We taking off, man.
It's the beginning.
Taking off.
Clock in.
See y'all next week, man. Hey, that's hard.
That's the whole
clock in. Yeah. Mic check 1 2. Mic check.
I'm about to lie. I got 2 bars.
Yo, I'm clocking in. Stop in. Clock in. Come on, man. That's all I got. I'm gonna write something down one of these days.
You gotta get in that non-writing zone.
Yeah. How they be like this? Spit it. I'm sick with it.
Yeah. We put in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching in.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other daily, level up.
Cause that's what brothers do.
Clock in.